Hello, Sabrina. Good morning.
Teacher, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Happy to have you here in class.
Thank
How are
you.
you? What about you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yesterday I had a busy day, but today I'm at home because I have home office today.
Hey, that's great.
But all is okay. Thank
Okay, nice. Ah, yeah, I could hear the parrots.
you. Yes.
Okay, Sabrina, good. Well, yesterday we made a review and we were practicing more compound adjectives with the other guys. So that's what we did because they were not in the first class. So we did that with them. And today we're going to continue with talking about the people, exceptional people. So first, we're going to start with the listening part. Do you want to be a high achiever? That is the topic. Let me share the screen. And let me ask you, can you hear well? Can you hear me well?
Ye- Yes, I can, teacher.
Okay, okay. So this is the first part. Do you want to be a high achiever? That's the title. So we're going to listen to speaker talk about the qualities of high achievers, people who achieve things. So you have to listen and then choose the four qualities that he talks about. And we can you read the options we have, please?
Um, Lifelong learning, high self-esteem, responsibility, positive attitude, risk taking, and creativity.
Exactly. And so let's listen to this person, to the speaker, and see. And then we're going to choose the four qualities.
Unit 11, Exceptional People. Lesson A, page 90. Exercise 5. Do you want to be a high achiever? Part A. Listen to a speaker talk about the qualities of high achievers. Choose the four qualities he talks about.
Do you want to be a high achiever? Yes! Then you're going to have to think like a high achiever. Are you ready to change the way you think? Yes! Are you willing to change the way you do things? Yes! Then it sounds like you're ready to be high achievers. The first thing you've got to keep in mind is that life is a constant process of learning. The secret of any kind of success is education. And we're all able to take in much more information than we think we can. People who aim to be high achievers can take advantage of this in a number of ways. For example, no matter what you're trying to achieve, make sure to absorb information about it every day. Read books, magazines, blogs, watch videos, exchange information on social media sites. Do whatever you can to increase your knowledge in your chosen field. And whenever they're available, take courses that will build your knowledge in the area you're interested in. In conversations with many high achievers over the years, I've come to understand that high achievers always accept total responsibility for their situation. In order to develop this quality in yourself, practice not blaming other people for your failures. Also, try not using difficult situations as excuses. High achievers know that the keys to success are always in their hands and that it's their responsibility to use them. Now we come to the quality of high achievers that I think many people have the most trouble developing in themselves. I'm talking about the vital quality of being a risk taker. Now, if you're already willing to take risks, that's great. If not, you can start by going after opportunities that are a little risky. Think of something you've always wanted, but were afraid to try for. Then, go for it. Even if you're going out of your comfort zone, remember, no pain, no gain. Creativity is another quality that all high achievers share. Creativity involves trying to think about things in new and different ways. The next time you're faced with a difficult problem, brainstorm as many possible solutions as you can. You'll find that the first solutions you think of are rarely the best ones, while the last ones tend to be the most creative. Another great idea is to start a creativity journal. During the week, jot down those creative ideas you'd otherwise just forget. Then, at the end of the week, go over them and see which ones you can use. Now, everyone, it's time to break into work groups to practice some of the ideas we've learned. I want all of you to take a...
Okay. So which are the 4 qualities that he mentioned?
Lifelong learning, responsibility, risk-taking, and creativity.
Creativity. Yeah. Great job. Okay. So now we have to listen again, and we have to listen to the suggestions that the speaker gives to people to do in order to build the 4 qualities of high achievers. So you will write the suggestions that he talks about, okay? Lifelong learning, responsibility, risk-taking, and creativity.
Unit 11, Exceptional People. Lesson A, page 90, Exercise 5. Do you want to be a high achiever? Part A. Listen to a speaker talk about the qualities of high achievers. Choose the 4 qualities he talks about.
Do you want to be a high achiever? Yes! Then you're going to have to think like a high achiever. Are you ready to change the way you think? Yes! Are you willing to change the way you do things? Yes! Then it sounds like you're ready to be high achievers. The first thing you've got to keep in mind is that life is a constant process of learning. The secret of any kind of success is education. And we're all able to take in much more information than we think we can. People who aim to be high achievers can take advantage of this in a number of ways. For example, no matter what you're trying to achieve, make sure to absorb information about it every day. Read books, magazines, blogs, watch videos, exchange information on social media sites. Do whatever you can to increase your knowledge in your chosen field. And whenever they're available, take courses that will build your knowledge in the area you're interested in. In conversations with many high achievers over the years, I've come to understand that high achievers always accept total responsibility for their situation. In order to develop this quality in yourself, practice not blaming other people for your failures. Also, try not using difficult situations as excuses. High achievers know that the keys to success are always in their hands and that it's their responsibility to use them. Now we come to the quality of high achievers that I think many people have the most trouble developing in themselves. I'm talking about the vital quality of being a risk taker. Now, if you're already willing to take risks, that's great. If not, you can start by going after opportunities that are a little risky. Think of something you've always wanted, but were afraid to try for. Then, go for it. Even if you're going out of your comfort zone, remember, no pain, no gain. Creativity is another quality that all high achievers share. Creativity involves trying to think about things in new and different ways. The next time you're faced with a difficult problem, brainstorm as many possible solutions as you can. You'll find that the first solutions you think of are rarely the best ones, while the last ones tend to be the most creative. Another great idea is to start a creativity journal. During the week, jot down those creative ideas you'd otherwise just forget. Then, at the end of the week, go over them and see which ones you can use. Now, everyone, it's time to break into work groups to practice some of the ideas we've learned. I want all of you to take a...
Okay. Hello, Fatima. Good morning. Okay, so according to the speaker, what are some suggestions to achieve the quality of lifelong learning?
He said that education is the key for that ability. So we have to make sure to get information around us. For example, read books, watch videos, take courses, and also interchange information or knowledge through social networks.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, he said that it's important like to get informed or yeah, to learn more about the field that you have chosen. So, yeah, all what you mentioned, read books, take courses if it's possible. Okay, good. What about responsibility?
He said that responsibility is something in common that high achievers have, and we have to try to don't use difficult situation as excuses because it's our responsibility.
Exactly, and not to blame other people, right, for their own faults or for the decisions you have made. Okay, what about risk taking? That quality.
It's important to start taking a little risky and then try to take the risky even if you have to go out from your comfort
Done.
zone. And he said that we have to remember that no pain, no gain. So we have to try to take that little risky.
I like that expression. No pain, no gain. And what about creativity?
He mentioned that we can make brainstorm because it can help you to have different ideas. And most of the time, the last ideas are the good ideas or the ideas that you are going to take. And also make a creativity journal and where you can take notes about your ideas in the day. And so you can avoid to forget some of them.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes if we don't jot down, the person use the verb jot down or write down your ideas at the moment you can forget them. Good. So, well, those are the qualities if you want to be a high achiever. Okay, you have to learn, be a lifelong learning person, take responsibility, take risks, and be creative. Now, we're going to read about some quotations from high achievers. Quotations are like phrases that these people have or they have said. And then we are going to restate these quotations in your own words. So let's read about, we have different high achievers like Mark Zuckerberg, Gloria Estefan, Donald Trump, who is now the president of the United States, Andrew Young, and Lear Hamilton. So Fatima, would you like to read the first three? And then Sabrina, you read the last two, please.
Oh, okay. And the first one is Mark Zuckerberg. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. The second one is Gloria Estefan. You don't have to give up who you are to be successful just because you're different. And the third one, Donald Trump. If you're going to be thinking anyway, you may as well think big.
Think big. Sabrina, the
And-
last two.
Andrea Young, businesswoman. If you feel like it's difficult to change, you will probably have a harder time setting. Layer Hamilton, software and model. Make sure your worst enemy doesn't lie between your own two ears.
Okay. So, succeeding. Okay. From success, succeeding. And live, doesn't live. Okay, good. So, can you tell me about which is your favorite quotation? Or tell
Okay.
me, and tell me what it means. You can use these expressions. What this means to me is that my understanding of this is that, and I interpret this to mean, okay,
Okay. Um, in my case, I really like the quotation from Mark Zuckerberg. What it means to me is that sometimes we don't take like or we don't try things because we're afraid to make it. But at the end, as he says that the biggest risk is not taking any risk. We don't know what will happen if you take maybe that decision. Maybe it will be good or will be no not that good, but at the end, it's better to take it and try because at the end, maybe the results will be good, and we don't know if we are like private us um, from um, from a better results, and maybe we can that decision or that things will change our life for good. So maybe that.
thank you, Fatima, for your opinion. Sabrina?
In my case, I really like the quote from Gloria Estefan, that it says, "You don't have to give up who you are to be successful, just because you're different." My understanding of this is that most of the time we make comparisons between successful people and us, and maybe we can find a lot of differences. Maybe because they are in another country, maybe they have different studies, education, money, I don't know. And a lot of time, all of these comparisons can make us feel sad or depressed about it, and maybe make us feel or think that we cannot achieve the same thing that they have. But this code, it means that it doesn't matter who you are, you can achieve it. Just it's just you have to work in your skills to achieve that.
Okay, thank you. And well, from her, I also interpret it to mean that Some people think that to be successful like other people's, like you said, like comparing to other people's, you have to be exactly like them or you have to do the same things, but it is not possible. I mean, everybody's different, and also success is different from one person to another. From one person, success could mean to have a good family, to be in peace, to have good health. That is success for one person, but to another person could be like to have a great career, to have a big salary, and to do that. From other people could be like um um to be famous. That could be success for another person. So yeah, you don't have to give up who you are. You have to be who you are and do what makes you happy. Okay, and I like the last one from Lear Hamilton. Make sure your worst enemy doesn't live between your own two ears. Right? Sometimes we don't want to take a risk because, or we don't want to like do something because we are our worst enemy. We think that we are not going to achieve it. We think that we're not going to make it. So sometimes that's is ourself is our worst enemy. Our thoughts, our negative thoughts, right? Okay, and what do you think Donald Trump meant with if you're going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big.
I think the no, I interpret this to mean um that we we always think right, but we have to use those tools in a better way or in a big way, like in order to be like successful or do in a better way the things. So I think that if you use your thoughts in a good way, maybe the results will be higher and mainly that use in a good way those thinking those thoughts.
Okay, thank you, Fatima. Yeah, says think big. Yeah, I like that. Think big. And he has thought big many times. Were you going to say something, Sabrina?
Yeah, about the same quote. What it means to me is that maybe a lot of time we waste our time thinking in things that maybe they are not too important to us. Maybe to have the grow up in our personal life. So if we are thinking in a lot of things that maybe just get worry about it, we can also think about something that make us grow up personally.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, our mind has a lot to do, right? I think high achievers, the people who achieve big things, is because they believe in in themselves. They have positive thoughts, and they think they can do it, right? Mhm. Yeah. Okay, what about Andrea Jung? If you feel like it's difficult to change, you will probably have a harder time succeeding. What do you think it means? What's your understanding of that quotation?
Mm, I interpret this to mean that mm, if you are if you don't agree about changes in your life, it will be very difficult that you get achievements because we have to change to get better in our personal life, in our job, and in a lot of situations because it's necessary that we have to change our comfort zone and get something new to get something
Exactly.
new.
And changes can make you feel afraid. Right? Sometimes we are afraid of making changes. The things will be different, but yeah, if we don't do it, well, it's maybe we are not going to succeed. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much for your ideas. Okay, so let's go over the next part. Which of the quotations in part A might be useful for the following kinds of people? Do you know any other sayings or quotations that might be helpful for these people? For example, someone who wants to get rich in business. So, which of the quotations from these people might be useful for the following people? Someone who wants to get rich in business. Or for someone who wants success but worries about how much work or time it will take.
Maybe for the first one, I think that will be the Donald Trump quotation.
Okay. Yeah. To think big in businesses, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or Mark Zuckerberg, right? The biggest risk is not taking any risks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about for someone who wants success but worries about how much work or time it will take?
Mm, Maybe the Andreas because it changed a lot of in their life, but also we can say that mm, everything has its time, maybe. I don't
And
know who said that, but it's something that maybe can help him or her.
I think I would also use the quotation from the speaker of the listening, no pain, no gain.
Mhm.
Because if you want to be successful, you have to sacrifice things, time, you have to work a lot, or even invest, you have to invest something. So, yeah, no pain, no gain. You have to sacrifice. Someone who wants to study abroad but is afraid of not fitting in somewhere new.
I think now it will be Gloria Stefan's quotation.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, like, not to give up who you are, just to fit in a new place. Okay, for someone who is only working part-time and putting off starting a real career.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay. Why?
Because I think that this quote suggests like that avoiding risk can be helpful like or can handle progress and success. So I think that maybe that, but I'm not sure.
Okay, okay. It's like to get out of your comfort zone, right? Taking
Mhm.
risks is part of that. Getting out of your comfort zone. Or, as Andrea said, if you feel like it's difficult to change and to start a real career, right? If you feel like it's difficult, you will probably have a harder time succeeding. Maybe you won't succeed. So you need to do some changes, right?
Mhm.
And some last one, someone who is hesitant to register for a class because of self-doubt.
Maybe the Larry Hamilton. Make sure your worst enemy doesn't live between your own two ears. Because a lot of time we are afraid about we are not enough to face something. But we have to um think about our skills and most of the time be proud of us because what we had achieved until this moment and try to think in that to face something new.
Yeah, okay. As I said before, believe in yourself. Okay, thank you so much. Do you know any other quotations that have helped you or that could be helpful for other people who want to achieve things? Do you remember any other quotations? Yeah. Sometimes there are quotations in movies. Well, my husband always remembers one from the movie Rio. Have you watched Rio about the parrots, the birds, the bluebirds? In one of them, I think the toucan said, remember, happy wife, happy life. That's a quotation, and my husband always repeats that. Okay, he says, happy wife, happy life. Okay, do you remember any other quotation?
Mm, I remember one from Mahatma
Gandhi?
Gandhi that says, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world."
Exactly.
Or the one from Steve Jobs about work that says that the only way to do great work is to love what you do.
To love
So,
what you do, exactly.
mhm, mhm.
Okay, and what they mean to you? What do they mean to you?
Mm, what what it means to me is that if you love what you do, your job will not be a job, right? Will be like maybe like kind of a hobby because you love what you're doing, uh, and it doesn't matter how the time pass because you're not going to feel it because you are doing what you're loving. So the thing is like to enjoy what you do at the end in order to not to feel like a big mountain. So maybe that.
Ones, those are good ones. Sarina?
And I remember the you only live once.
Okay.
The that is it's interesting because it makes you do crazy things as I don't know practice an extreme activity something like that or take make decisions about something really quick, but it's interesting. So it makes you take some risk. So it's nice, I think.
Yeah, that's another one that is very inspiring. You only live once. Okay. There are many others. I found some of them in the internet. For example, this one from John Kennedy. I found this one from John Kennedy. It says, ask know what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Mhm. And I have seen this one in Spanish, but about God. Don't ask or something. Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big God is. Something like that. I
Yeah.
have I have seen that one. Okay. So we talked about these quotations. Now we're going to learn about the writer of Harry Potter books. Do you remember her name? The author of the Harry Potter books?
I don't remember, but I have heard about it.
You don't remember the name? She's J.K. Rowling.
Rowling.
Yes, J.K. Rowling. So we're going to learn how to write a biographical profile or a biography. So, but I'm going to end the meeting and we need to reconnect because we only have 3 minutes left. So, I'm gonna do
Okay.
it.